Hello everyone.
Good morning.
We are coming back to you with another video and a continuation of what we showed you in the previous video. In the previous video, we finished our visit of the capital of Brazil, Brasilia. And the original plan was to go to the airport the next day, and we had a flight booked to go to Maceió, capital of the state of Alagoas. However, there was a setback. The next morning we went to the airport, and even though Mariana had checked everything with the airline before we bought the tickets, we even paid a fee for our dog to accompany us in the cabin, inside his bag. Even the dimension of the bag, the height, width, everything we checked more than so many times, I don't know, 2-3 times. Once we got to the airport, at the counter, they just refused to let us board the plane because they said the weight of our dog with his bag was 1 kilogram over the limit that they had for the maximum weight allowed. Then Mariana even talked to their supervisor, and they just didn't budge. And we figured if we have to go to plan B, it's better not to just waste our time arguing with them and go back to the car rental company, rent a car and drive, which was over 2,000 kilometers, no?
Yes, 2,000, I think it's 2,200 kilometers from Brasilia to Maceió.
Yeah.
And it took us like 7 days.
Yes, yeah. So what we did was we just rented a car, and then we had to come up with places to stay overnight because we figured, okay, the next stop would be Salvador in the state of Bahia, but we couldn't go straight. So we figured there is one city in the middle of the road that we could go to. It was Luiz Eduardo Magalhães. And we had to also find a hotel there that would accept pets because of our dog. So it wasn't easy, no?
No.
Mariana was like searching on the way to see where we can stop. So the first stop was from Brasilia to go to Luiz Eduardo Magalhães. We stayed there at night, and then the next day again we drove from Luiz Eduardo Magalhães to a city in the state of Bahia called Ceabra. There we just slept, we didn't do anything. The next day again we hit the road from Ceabra to Salvador in the state of Bahia, the capital of the state of Bahia. But then we said, look, we have been on the road for like a couple of days and it's a capital of a state, so why not stay in Salvador, visit Salvador also, and then we continue, which was a very good idea actually. And we will show you in this video what happened on the road, which I'm gonna share some information with you guys on the road, how it was, how it looked like, and also the main points that we wanted to share with you to visit in Salvador. Going from Ceabra to Salvador, we drove through a region that is very famous for the cliffs that are found in this part of the state of Bahia. Finally, and after 3 days on the road, we made it to Salvador. We were very excited, and Mariana did an amazing job finding us an apartment in Salvador that had a wonderful view. I just could not get enough of the view of the apartment. After checking into our Airbnb and resting a little bit, we went to a very popular touristic spot that is famous in Salvador for watching the sunset. This place is right next to a lighthouse called Baja Lighthouse, and this is where you sit and you watch the sunset. Almost every day there is a huge number of people sitting there at the time of sunset just to watch the sunset. There are people who play music, serve drinks, and it's just a very laid back and friendly spot to sit and enjoy a beautiful sunset. Unfortunately, the day that we were there, at the end of the day there were some clouds, so we did not have a perfect sunset, but still just being there and being among other people watching the sunset by the water was a very good experience. After the sunset, we continued walking by the water on the sidewalk, and we wanted to go and find a typical dish of paella in the city of Salvador. As you can see, the dinner did not disappoint. It was an absolutely delicious meal, and until today we remember that dinner that we had in Salvador. The cuisine is different because it has some touch of African culture, but also you will find all of the typical items that you will find in any other normal Brazilian restaurant. We absolutely enjoyed this delicious dinner, and we were ready to explore the historic part of Salvador the next morning. So the difference of the height that you see, like for example down there and down and up here, this is due to the fact that in terms of like the structure and the cliffs that you see on this side, Salvador was a city that was built. It was one of the earliest cities in Latin America that was actually built. So this difference created some sort of levels, and they call it the upper city and the lower city, Cidade Alta and Cidade Baixa. And then after, as the city expanded, it went on more and more levels. When you look at the map, the city is in a part of the land that is actually a bit pointy, like the front of an arrow. So this shape gives it access to the Atlantic Ocean on the east side of the city, and then on the west side you have the Bay of All Saints. So on that tip is exactly where that lighthouse is located, the lighthouse that we went last night to see the sunset. And now we understand why, because it's very, very strategically located. So you can, from that location, you can see all the ships passing by on the ocean, on the Atlantic Ocean, and also on the other side, anybody who wants to enter the Bay of All Saints. So it also explains why they decided to use this location at some point as the capital of Brazil. As you walk through this part of the city, you cannot help but notice so much culture, history, colorful buildings, beautiful design of the churches, and the rich colonial architecture. Everywhere that we looked, we saw a lot of history, a lot of culture, and we really enjoyed visiting this part of the city. No wonder this part of Salvador is declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So, what is this, Mariana?
This is a fruit, but they use the shell to make the instruments for the, it's called a berimbau, that it's used when they play the capoeira dance.
Oh, okay.
So it's used for the music in the background. This is the berimbau.
Oh, okay. This is the instrument.
The band that sings with Michael Jackson in that video.
Oh, in the famous song that he filmed in Salvador.
Filmed here. It's the
Casa
band.
do Olodum.
Yeah, Olodum is the band.
Oh, okay. I performed with him.
Yes.
So this was the video that we wanted to do to show you the places that we visited in Salvador and how we got to Salvador during our road trip in order to get to Maceió. And we will continue with the other videos. The next one would be the rest of the journey to get to Maceió. But we also really wanted to share with you this experience. This part of Salvador in the state of Bahia is a must visit. If you are in that region and you are visiting Salvador, even if it is like us that you have only one day to visit the city, this part of the city is a must. We hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one.